Now, in a day and age where every other person suffers from lifestyle diseases and genetic defects, the Gene Box offers holistic and cost-effective nutrition and healthcare solutions that are tailor-made for your genetic makeup. Touted to be the next big thing in the healthcare space, how does genetic testing really work? Let's understand that. The co-founders joining us today, Pranavanam and Shiraz Siddiqui. Thanks so much for joining us. So tell us a little bit, when I first hear about this concept, I immediately think, oh my God, it must be expensive. It's the first thing that comes to mind. Am I right, or are you going to bust that myth today?
So it is at a decent price point. We say it's at MRP at 25,000.
Okay. And it has to be, right? Because the technology behind it must be...
The technology, plus it takes a lot of effort for the analysis and the things to get into. And what we're essentially offering you is we are going to offer you a state-of-the-art ecosystem on your wellness, your health apps. It's going to be synced with your Fitbits or your Garmins.
Right.
It is going to have a mobile app. So the idea is it's just not a genetic test, but we also go the extra mile and help you realize what's good for you and what's not.
Okay.
So basically, Shiraz gives a typically good example on this with cholesterol, for example. You want to take that?
Yes. What happens is, with majorly what I have seen is in the Indian diet, which is extremely rich in PUFA, and it's not optimized with the balance of essential fatty acids. So majorly what happens, what we have seen till now is somewhere around 38 to 40% of the population do have the high raised level of triglycerides, and assumptions or the misconceptions about that are that you will have to control over the calories and majorly coming from saturated fat, but that's not the fact. What we have found is majorly people react to MUFA, that is monounsaturated fatty acids, that comes from olive oil, that comes from almond.
Okay.
So that's actually olive oil and almonds are actually harmful for me. Beyond a certain quantity, I actually gain weight.
Right.
But I can get away with eating bhajia.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I need this. I need an excuse to have all the wrong things.
So essentially what we plan to do, and Shiraz has been in the nutrition and the fitness space from 99. We've been friends since probably 99. That's how long we've known each other. And we've realized that 90% of the diets are calorie deficient. You're going somewhere, or something's not going to work. 12 protein shakes a day, and we really wanted to bust that myth. So what we did is we went to the genetics, understood your makeup, and then prescribed things which are just right for you.
That's fantastic. So how does it work? If I want to sign on, do I go to a website? Do I go to an app? And are there options? How does it work?
So right now we have two options. You can go to our website and order it, or you can give us a call and we'll courier a kit to you.
Okay.
So right now there are two tests. One is nutrition, fitness, and your lifestyle diseases.
Okay.
One is without the lifestyle disease.
Right.
So initially it's just a simple saliva test. All you need to be able to do is spit or give a saliva sample.
Right.
And we have a buffer that will preserve your DNA through the transit.
Okay.
It can be preserved for at least 6 months, up to 5 years as well.
Right.
So just do that and send it back to us. We take 4 to 6 weeks.
Okay.
Break it down, analyze it, make a report, QC it, and then give you a consultation on what helps you and what not. So immediately in your first couple of months, you see a drastic increase in your energy levels. You drop the excess weight. Your inflammations are gone. So we've got like 80% of our clients are actually families. Okay. So one person gets it done, sees the benefit, and then the family follows through.
Nice. So and is it okay? So when you're saying families, it means that you're clicking with all kinds of age groups and demographics.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what we've done is, because the Gene Box is like, it's an investment tool. Take it that way. If you're a young child, we can help you build your diet right and give you the right kind of nutrition to grow up. If you're a teenager looking to lose weight, feel better, higher energy levels, you know what to eat, what not to eat. People in the day and age, like middle age, like Shiraz and I, we probably are trying to get time to get exercise or do something of that sort. So if you don't have to diet and reduce calories, that's a boon. So you give an age group and there's an application which is going to be different.
Okay. And so the 25,000, I'm asking just from a customer perspective, is not just for the test, it's also for the consultations
and a map.
and a map going forward. So it takes you how long, for instance? It's a 3-month period, 6-month period?
So basically what it will essentially do is it will help you avoid foods that are not right for you.
Right. And
So,
I mean the sort of consultation period, does it kind of continue back and forth
we
for a while?
we'll be building a subscription model behind it.
Right.
And we're going to build some machine learning and artificial intelligence at the back end.
Okay.
Because we realize that humans will be 80% accurate.
Right.
When it's coming from a machine which is learned, then it is going to be...
So you're paying for the test and everything else is add-on?
Yes.
Essentially?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so that tells me a little bit about your revenue model as well.
Yeah.
How long have you kind of been involved in this? What's your background?
So I have been into sports right from the childhood.
Right.
I started with martial arts, Kung Fu Wushu, and then took up hotel management in Sophia Polytechnic, and where I majored also in nutrition.
Okay.
And from there onwards, there was always a liking to understand more about nutrition, more about fitness. Did a course from American College of Sports Medicine, got certified from there, and did various courses, whatever was available in India actually. And was working with Gerald Marriott Hotel for 8 years as a fitness and nutrition consultant.
Okay.
And from there on, I met Pranav, and journey was
we started
for the weight loss.
Yeah. So I used to be 135.
Oh, wow.
So that's 35 kgs more than I am right now.
Right.
And I dropped 53 kgs with Shiraz
Oh, my God.
without the gene box. But then I gained again.
Right.
And now I know why I gained again. And then I started losing again. Now I know what,
What's
where are the
working.
mistakes. Yeah. Where were the mistakes and stuff.
fantastic.
So I'm a geneticist by qualification.
Okay.
I studied in England at Newcastle upon Tyne. It's one of the good places to go to,
Okay.
move it that way, to study in biomedical sciences. And the gene box, actively we've been working from 2015. So we always wanted to build a nutrition and fitness engine,
Okay.
but something was missing. Then we started exploring genetics probably a year and a half, 2 years back. And then we built on something, we realized there's potential, build a product, build an MVP, tested it.
Right.
And then started working from September, and Jan this year we've been actively selling.
Okay. And how's the sort of traction been so far?
It's reasonably well. It's quite good for us because getting families is a very good option.
Because it must be mostly word of mouth at
Yeah.
this point as well,
Yeah,
right?
that's
So,
correct.
so what are some of the plans that you have going forward in terms of how you're thinking about numbers, where this may go? Will you need investors at some point? Take us through a little bit of that.
Yeah, so we're already speaking to investors right now for pre-series A round typically, and where we see ourselves going is we are a product which is applicable to every possible person at the
Right.
end of the day. There's not one person you can tell me doesn't need a genetic test.
Yeah.
Our idea is to reach a certain scale, bring down the price
Right.
point of the genetic test, and going forward, once we hit critical mass, we also want to do away with a significant chunk and sell it subscription based.
Okay.
So that helps people a lot better, and it's easier, and it's a habit creation rather than a one-off thing.
Right.
That's
Right.
we've seen. So
Okay, so it's interesting that you also pitch this entire thing more around nutrition and fitness. A lot of people must also want to do this for medical reasons, right?
and that's the space I want to be out of, because
Right.
I don't think there's enough data on the health front
Okay.
to take life-changing decisions. So typically for women, if you see BRCA1 and BRCA2 genes are very well studied for breast cancer, and hence you've seen a lot of people going for mastectomies and stuff like that, and that's what Angelina Jolie did and other people did.
Yeah.
However, having said that, with nutrition and fitness, even if your accuracy is say 95%, it's still good. Anything above 70% is good, right? But if it's a health condition, anything less than 99% is not good.
Right.
And that's one of the reasons we've not purposely ventured into it. Secondly, we feel that with nutrition fitness, because of our backgrounds and everything, we can help people solve a problem on a daily basis. What to eat, how much to exercise, where to exercise, why to overtrain, not to overtrain. There's so many things, and it makes us happy that people on a daily basis get happy, and that's where we come from. So
what are some of the health or nutrition tips you'd like to leave our viewers with today?
Very important that whatever you do currently, your activity needs to be based on the science, and very important. I have seen maximum people whenever they train, majority of them, they are motivated. Actually, they are over motivated and they overtrain. Actually, it's very important. If very important tip that I would want to give them while they are training is train with your heart rate monitors always, and try not to get into fad diet plans which won't work for a very long time. Genetics is as customized as possible you can get it.
So what do you do about people like me who have, who are lazy and who definitely have the lazy gene, not the overactive gene?
So I think I relate to you very well on that. But you know what has worked in our favor is once you have information.
Yeah.
So lazy people are usually smart, right?
Of course. Yeah.
So once you have information, you really know how to get the most out of it. So once you have enough information which will tell you that maybe doing half an hour of this is going to get you 3 hours of result of normally what you have done, you're going to find time for that half an hour. We've seen that people automatically become very conscious because now they understand their bodies better. So they realize that, you know, some people who get lazy also have tried everything. And they've not got any result, or they've come back to whatever it is. With this, we've seen that people don't bounce back to their old habits. They stick to it because they see a huge difference in their day-to-day energy levels.
So does someone who's already very fit, would this work for them as well?
Yeah, so good question. I'm glad you asked that.
Yes. So I'm into endurance sport and sports of marathon running. I'm also preparing for full Ironman. That's 226-kilometer race. So it's in fact very helpful for people who are into any kind of fitness activity or in sports, majorly in sports, because the type of genes that we cover, it will help you to give you the deep insights of how your training should be designed. You know, so just an example, like for example, a person who has a very good lactate threshold, it will clearly tell you what intensities you can work on, and beyond that or just below that, you will not see much of an improvement of the results actually.
To give you an example, there are a couple of ultra athletes. One of them is called Arun Bharadwaj. He's like the Forrest Gump of India. He ran from Kargil to Kanyakumari in less than 60 days and stuff. We've kept him injury free for 4 months.
Wow.
So the fitness genetics panel is very deep. The idea of building the gene box was that we could support a professional athlete as well. So if you can support a professional athlete, then definitely a common man can have that access as well. And you will automatically start getting exponentially better results if you follow your genetics. And it's not me, Stanford said that in a publication last year, that if you follow your genotype or your genetics-based diet, you're going to get your results 3 times faster.
Fantastic.
And 3 times more likely to get more success as well. So,
all right. Thank you so much for joining us. Great to learn about GeneBox. What an interesting idea, and I'm sure something that all of us need or could do with. We'll leave it there, and I'll leave you to look that up more in your own time. That's all from us for now. Thanks so much for watching.